hall bath or secondary bath. Pretty standard, nothing to write home about. Basic surround tub. I shouldn't say surround, surround backing of the tub, but pretty basic stuff. Come back down the hallway. Find yourself back at the front door with the entry. Got some skip trowel painting. Popcorn on the ceilings. Not really sure what this is about. I noticed this. I don't know what they did on these headers. Don't know if it was for some purpose. But anyway, those used to be wood, and these wood sides, it's never seen this before, so I'm not sure if it's an aesthetic thing or a structural thing, but nonetheless, they are kind of a wood surround, which probably matched at some time these artificial beams in the ceiling, which were probably wood at one time. Wood before they painted it, excuse me. Got these two big windows on either side of the fireplace. While it does lend to a beautiful exterior, nice to look at. I don't know what's up with these. I don't know if they were sliding glass doors at one time or they were just full windows. There seems to be a track in there. You notice that this is a plexiglass on this side. And if you can see on the exterior side, that was a storm window that went on the outside. Of course, stone fireplace, wood burning, but this mirrored image on this other side, same thing. You got a exterior storm and then an interior like plexi. I'm puzzled because I haven't seen this before, but as you can see, there's some kind of a track in here. I don't know if these used to be doors and they changed them out. Don't really know. There's your breakfast room. Same replaced windows. There's your side to your exterior outside. Here's your kitchen. Your typical galley kitchen. Has some granite. These are probably original cabinets and counters. They just repainted and put new hardware. Stove, could be cleaner. Appears to be all electric. There's the vent hood, of course. These cabinets, this fixture they've replaced. This is a cute feature for parties back in the day. These were very popular pass-throughs to the exterior, especially when you have a pool. Your laundry is these little cubby on both sides. Garage. Typical standard garage. This might have been the laundry room at one time. I don't know if you can see. There is some molding up against mold up against these walls. I'm not sure what they had in here, but you can kind of see that. The reason I say this might have been the laundry, that looks like plumbing and stuff for a laundry, but they've got it closed off. One crawl space into the attic. Now, I don't know if you guys went out back when you took a look at the house or if you just stayed in the front, but the back of the house, here you are. A couple of things that concern me. Of course, when I look at an inspection, they've removed this freeze board all along here. Can't really tell if they filled this in or what, but the way this top of that is up at the top, as you can see, that doesn't look great. I would definitely investigate that. You walk around the exterior, you've got some electrical and stuff. Some of this will pass code, some of it will not. Some of these things I like to look at where you are looking at wood, especially around here. I don't know if you can see, but this wood is soft. And check those things to be sure that there's not wood rot or termite damage coming up through there. Another electrical thing that I would definitely have looked at. Swimming pool. It's pretty back here. It really is peaceful. It's a little bit of unevenness between the coping and the side. Doesn't look major. This is the thing I'm most concerned about is this filter here. As you can see, the concrete's been busted out. Anytime water can get between these two things, you're going to get separation because the soil's going to get wet and dry, wet and dry, wet and dry, which is going to cause expansion and stuff. So this grouting in here, or mastic, needs to be improved for sure. Of course, trees and stuff need to be trimmed out, but other than that, this is a manual autofill, if that makes any sense. Your pool is going to need to be resurfaced fairly soon. It's probably at the very last, if not past its stage of life. You'll see also too in some of these tiles, between the coping and the tile, needs to be improved so you don't get water penetration behind them. And as you come back through here, like I said, this is really pretty. I love the stone and all of this over here, but as you can tell, it's not been maintained very well, and anytime it starts to decay like this, all you do is get water behind it. So something that you'd want to address and make sure that it is improved. And of course, in the outside, so I haven't seen any major foundation cracks or anything. I would definitely be concerned about how this driveway slopes, only because you've got any water coming from here that is going to pool, obviously, right through here. As you can see, it's already caused damage to the driveway, which would, of course, you'd want to get improved, because again, water penetration, all that does is cause problems after problems after problems, and all of this water is going to run towards the house. As you can see, they've added this bump, if you will, because they've probably had water that's come into the garage at some point. But while that may keep the water out-ish, you're still going to have water coming up towards the foundation, which isn't a good idea at all. This is one of those situations that would be difficult, that you'd have to run French drains around to the back of the house. Obviously, you couldn't run it up the driveway to release in the street as it should. But anytime you got this much water running, it's going to hit the foundation at some point, which you don't want a lot of water around the foundation. Not a good idea. So anyhow, looks like they have that one drain, but I seriously doubt that is handling all of the problem, or potential problem, should I say. So anyway, only thing that to me would make this viable is to get French drains or drains coming off of this, and to have that water run back, which I know the neighbor would love that, having it run into their backyard. But not sure what the solution is to that. The foundation is pretty high as far as the thickness of it, but I am not, that's how should I say that, it's above my pay grade to make that kind of determination. You would definitely want to have that discussed with someone else. But again, little things like this electrical panel right here that's in the box, you see there's a exposed wire that's running across. That all needs to be in conduit. A lot of this stuff, of course, is going to show up in an inspection, and whether it bothers you or doesn't bother you is something that you would definitely discuss with your inspector. But said, it's cute. I know Open Door, and I'm not sure that they are always the best flippers in the world, but is what it is. So anyway, this is Fair Oak. I hope you enjoyed my video. Bye.